Starts with the atlas, so that's this one. It's the most flat. It doesn't have any protrusions going this way or that way. So you've got your vertebral foramen, which foramen is whole. You'll get to know that very quickly. Then it's got the articular faucet. It looks like faucet, so just spell it like that. That's this part right here. The point that points out is going to be like the posterior end, like towards your spine. So like if it was like in my vertebrae, this part, it would be what you could feel on the back of your neck, basically. So looking at it from like if the face was right here and we were looking at each other, this right here is your articular fossa. The next, this is your axis. So think this has, what do we say? This has two little bodies, so like an X and a Y axis. So it's got two, because the next one's only gonna have one. This right here is your spinous process. So again, this is gonna be their, like, if I was gonna feel someone's back like this, I could feel their vertebrae like sticking out. So spinous process, this is your vertebral foramen, again, same thing. And then your odontoid process, this is the only one that's got something like protruding upwards. And that is gonna like kind of hook on to things like this. Does that make sense? Like it kind of like puzzle piece together. So odontoid process is axis. Next is your cervical. This is the part you're gonna feel from your spine, spinous process, vertebral foramen right here. Your lamina is gonna be like the part, so like they'll wrap a sticky note or like a string or a pipe cleaner around it. Usually they use pipe cleaner and skeletal, but they'll wrap it right here and it would be your lamina. Transverse process is gonna be these like points on the outside. And then transverse foramen, again, that's that hole, which is here. So directional term transverse going this way in your foramen. And then your pedicles are gonna be, they're gonna be like this. It'll be wrapped around right there. And then the body, which that part's easy. So that is your cervical. Then, you have your thoracic. All of these things you need to know, like how many there are, it's all in the PowerPoint, but thoracic from this way, so it looks just like that. So you've got your transverse processes, which come out. This is the part, it'd face like this towards the back. Transverse process, let's see if I can go from spinous process here. Your lamina is like, again, the part that wraps around, also labeled on there. Your pedicles are going to be like the giraffe's horns, like the bottom part where it comes out, which would be right there, vertebral foramen, I don't know if I already said that, and then body. So that's that. And then, so that's your giraffe looking one. And then the biggest one, saved for last, is your lumbar, which is your very lower back. And the big body tree stump looking thing, that's your body, so that's easy. Transverse process is the moose's ears, not the moose's horns. Same thing with this, the ears, not the horns of the giraffe. Spinous process, transverse process, I went through that. Lamina, gonna be like the part here, it'll be wrapped around. Pedicle would be this part, so lamina is the front section, pedicle is this part. Vertebral foramen is the whole and the body. So a lot of them have repeats, so they're not as hard as you think. You just have to get the specifics. You need to know where they are on the spine. So it could give it to you like on a whole body, like where is it? Hold on. Could give it to you like this, how it's like labeled on there, cervical, thoracic, and it could just give you like point to it. And you need to know there's 7 cervical. You wake up and eat breakfast at 7. That's first. You eat lunch for thoracic at 12. And then dinner at 5. So 7, 12, 5 is a good way to remember it. So you can literally go from the top and you can count like cervical. You can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then count to 12, and then count to 5, and you can know which one it's pointing to. And then at the very top, I believe it'll be on there somewhere. I don't want to tell you wrong, but at the very top is where you're like the atlas, like the types of cervical. So like the atlas, there's only one atlas, and it's the very first cervical vertebrae. So it'll be at the very top. Any other one that's not at the top is not going to be called atlas. The second one is your second cervical is axis, same thing. And then cervical vertebrae 3 through 7 are all going to be where is it? Oh God, this one right here. So there's going to be one of these, and then 3 through 7 in the cervical spine is going to be all of these. This the third one. Then it goes, you got 12 of the giraffes and 5 mooses. So if you remember like that, you'll be fine.